To say that Spidey Turan is simultaneously one of the most disgusting and tragic streamers ever would be a gross understatement. From exploring vibrant destinations like Thailand while enjoying illegal substances, to taking a dump on the sandy shores of Hawaii, Spidey never goes anywhere without making a scene.
I have autism and I'm from Australia! Please give me my phone!
However, this reckless lifestyle has not only taken a toll on Spidey, but everyone around him, with even his own family calling the police on him.
Turn it the fuck off! Turn it off!
What the fuck?
Get the fuck out of
Anonymous sent $5.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be looking into one of the most tragic, disgusting, and unbelievable TikTokers ever. This is the story of William Spidey Turan, a streamer who built a cult following by sleeping in public toilets, getting arrested in foreign countries, and doing everything you shouldn't do but on camera. But before we go any further, I want to quickly shout out the r/TuranSpidey subreddit for documenting most of the information being shown throughout the video. Spidey Turan, whose real name is William Turan, is a 21-year-old streamer from Western Australia. He was diagnosed with both autism and ADHD, which seemed to come off pretty strong in his videos, with him often getting into confrontations and social situations where he seems to have unlimited confidence and a huge lack of understanding for potential consequences.
This is
I
public
don't care.
property.
Take your choice now. Get lost.
This is public property.
Get lost.
This is public property.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's do it the hard way. Here we go. Get lost. You're not. It's not public property. You
public
silly little
property.
child.
Spidey is mostly known for his travel content, where he seems to be in a new country each week. He saves the little money he has on accommodation by sleeping in public toilets, parks, or freeloading on his fans, and instead spends it on what he considers more important things, like illicit substances, booze, and chasing his next high. To understand who Spidey is and why he does the things he does, you first need to understand his relationship with his two favorite vices, social media and substances. As you'll soon discover, Spidey's impulsive behavior, particularly concerning his online presence and substance use, often places him in grave danger. To sustain his thirst for attention and virality, Spidey has taken on a persona beyond your ordinary travel influencer. He has gained notoriety by being disrespectful to people's cultures, filming in restricted areas without consent, and having frequent emotional meltdowns.
Please give me my phone! I have autism and I'm from Australia! Please give me my phone!
But Spidey wasn't always like this. He started his online creation journey back in July of 2021, posting sheep shearing vlogs to his now terminated YouTube channel. A few months later, on the 26th of November 2021, Spidey would upload his first TikTok video to his page, named Shearing Shed Vlogs. Initially, Spidey would struggle to find success with his shearing videos. However, on the 20th of December 2021, Spidey would have his first semi-viral video, with a TikTok asking strangers the question of what makes them unique.
What sets you apart from other people?
Probably my small penis.
What sets you apart from other people?
Differentiality and well-paid.
The video would go on to gain over 400,000 views and give Spidey a taste of internet fame, and this just seemed to be the beginning. Fast forward to the following year, and Spidey would upload a TikTok freestyling over a hip-hop beat.
If you're a wolf, you can think fast and outlast. If you're a sheep, I'll put my cock in your ass.
With the obscene lyrics coupled with a degenerate-looking haircut, the TikTok would go on to gain over 1 million views, and comments cheering him on, stating, "Telling my grandkids this was Eminem. So funny, you're a legend, mate." As well as, "My man is too funny." On top of all this, Spidey seemingly never showered or really cared for his personal hygiene, so it's safe to say he was likely stinking out every place he went. If only he had a subscription to Scentbird, the sponsor of today's video. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription that allows you to try a new fragrance every month for the low price of just $17. Scentbird has become a big part of my daily life, as I can try different designer fragrances without breaking the bank. Every month, you pick what you want to receive, so there are no surprises. This month, I was sent out Versace Eros, Yellowstone Ride, Commodity Moss, and Burberry Brit for men. I have to say, my favorite has to be Versace Eros, because it's the perfect fresh scent for a night out. With over 700 different perfumes, colognes, and unisex fragrances to choose from, there's something on there for everyone. And to make finding which sense you want even easier, Scentbird has a quiz on their website, which allows you to pinpoint the exact scent you need for whatever occasion. Despite Versace Eros being my favorite, I've absolutely been loving Commodity Moss. It's just such an addicting, fresh, citrusy scent that I never would have used if it wasn't for Scentbird's quiz. So if you're interested, head down to the link in the description and use code Anarchist55 to get 55% off your first month, making your first order just a little over $7. Scentbird is available in the US and Canada. Thank you Scentbird for supporting the channel, and let's get back into the video. In August 2022, according to KnowYourMeme.com, Spidey posted 2 TikTok videos in which he stated that he quit his job as a sheep shearer and was flying to Turkey to enroll in the Turkish military. This would mark the turning point for Spidey's online journey, going from comedy skits and shearing vlogs to primarily focusing the content on his travels. Unfortunately, the journey Spidey was about to embark on would prove to be more than what he bargained for. By September 2022, Spidey would make his way to Turkey to start enrolling into the military. The first thing he had to do was take a medical examination, which seemed easy enough to pass, but unbeknownst to Spidey, the results of that exam would cut his military journey very short.
Here outside the hospital where I'm about to do my army test. I have autism and ADHD. Well, I have to go do a doctor's test, and a doctor's gonna see if I'm actually capable of doing the army service. And if he says yes, then I'll be starting in about 2-3 months. If he says no, then I won't have to do the army service. I'm low-key hoping that he's gonna say, you're not allowed to do the military service. That way I won't have to do the military service.
The Turkish army discovered Spidey's ADHD and autism diagnosis, which made him unfit to serve. This left Spidey without a purpose or goal to aspire to. He'd already quit his job back in Australia, and now that the military wouldn't accept him, Spidey could do whatever he wanted. Since he still had some money left from his previous job, Spidey made the impulsive decision to travel to England to keep himself occupied. This single choice would change the course of Spidey's life and set him on a path to degeneracy. While Spidey's time in England started like your typical travel vlogger, things would rapidly go downhill and set up the blueprint for Spidey's future escapades. The earlier portions of Spidey's time in London was spent doing street interviews, and looking back on it now, he seems like a completely different person.
How do you feel about Queen Elizabeth passing away?
Well, I've never really met her, so like, oh no, daddy put me on TikTok.
Eventually, he moved to Scotland to accept a job offer to work in a bar.
I've been sleeping in a tent. I'm trying to get to this town called Aberfeldy. I'm trying to go there so I can actually get a job. I got like a job offer as like a bartender or something, a barman. I have no idea how to even do that stuff, but I know I'm going to do it because I need some money. I need to get me a job, but I'm just hitchhiking right now.
At first, it seemed like Spidey was turning his life around, but as he made headway in certain areas of his life, he was also relapsing in others.
I relapsed and I got high and I got cooked in Turkey, like right now, because I got banned on my main account with 70,000 followers, and when I couldn't have like that rush of excitement and endorphins from having a viral video on my main account with 70,000 followers, I just wanted to get high.
Spidey kept his job in Scotland for a while. However, the excitement he felt from traveling pushed him back to bouncing between countries in Europe as he abused his ADHD medication. Eventually, Spidey got bored of Europe and set his sights on somewhere more lively. By late 2022, Spidey reached America and wasn't in very good shape as his medication abuse had affected him so much that he was sleeping in the bathroom even when a bed was available.
I'm staying in a hotel room in Compton, and I decided to sleep in the toilet with the door locked just for extra protection because I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect, and I just want to be better safe than sorry.
This wasn't the only unsanitary habit Spidey picked up during his travel. On occasion, Spidey would make his popular snot rocket videos that were more disgusting than you could imagine.
What the fuck, dude?
Bit by bit, Spidey let his need for new experiences take over his life as he got into increasingly concerning situations. To add fuel to the flaming mess that was Spidey's life, LA offered him access to whatever substance he wanted.
A week ago, I ran out of my dexamphetamine ADHD prescription, and I thought that I could microdose a bit of crystal meth by putting it in water and just drinking a little bit to volumetrically dose it, because ice is readily accessible in LA. People smoke it on the trains, and it was no problem getting my hands on it.
Ultimately, Spidey would find himself getting robbed in the New York subway, and the way Spidey responded to the situation just goes to show how far gone he truly was.
I've got autism. Please give me my phone. I have autism and I'm from Australia. Please give me my phone. I want a way to get back. I have a way to get back home. Can you please give me my phone? Please give me my phone. I'm from Australia. I won't have a way to get back home. I've got autism.
Spidey's outing in New York would garner millions of views on TikTok and push his insane antics to a much wider audience. This would also mark the beginning of a new pattern of behavior, one that saw Spidey screaming that he has autism as a defense in dangerous encounters. By March of 2023, word of Spidey's crazy antics had spread beyond TikTok, with Pyrocynical posting a video titled "The Most Hated TikToker," which covered the creator's actions up until now.
He travels to different countries every other day, and he has really bizarre interactions with the locals.
As Spidey's infamy grew, so did his appetite for creating chaos. On the 20th of April 2023, during a trip to Thailand, Spidey would record himself losing his V-card at an adult establishment, where he then proceeded to harass and berate the staff on video.
Guys, she ripped me off. Don't do it. Don't do it. She ripped me off.
No, she didn't.
She did rip me off.
No, she didn't.
This one, no good. This one, no good. Don't get this one.
It's highly illegal to record in a brothel.
An alleged worker that saw Spidey would leave this comment: "Hey, I work here. Dude paid for only 20 mins standard and did not last more than 5 mins and streamed without the worker's consent. This man is disgusting." In the months that followed, Spidey decided to include text-to-speech functionality whenever a donation was made. Adding a loudspeaker that would blare out whatever his already toxic chat says definitely wasn't going to cause trouble, right? Well, wrong.
Anonymous sent $3. I lost all respect for you after doing the TTS stream on the bus in New Zealand. You're the way you allowed people to be disrespected for your money gain is fun.
Wow.
Inappropriate TTS messages would become the norm during Spidey's streams, and frequently made bad situations even worse. Despite the dangers, Spidey left it on since it was the primary way he would make money. By June 2023, Spidey's TTS donations and propensity for invading the privacy of others almost got him into a street fight with another TikTok creator by the name of London City Walks.
I'm going to give you 2 choices, yeah? 1, walk away, or 2, I'm going to hurt you all the equipment. Take your pick.
This is public property.
Take your choice now. Get lost.
This is public property.
Get lost.
Whether due to a lack of self-awareness or sheer stupidity, Spidey followed him to escalate things even further.
There you are.
Are you filming me again, yeah?
Yeah, I am. What are you going to do? Don't touch me.
Okay, let's do the hard.
Don't touch me.
Before Spidey could get into any more trouble, one of his friends would call an ambulance to check up on him and help with any substances in his system.
Yeah, he just needs someone to check up on him. He's a bit dissociated. He's taken something, so he's not too well.
Okay, do we know what he's taken?
I believe... I'm not sure. He hasn't told me, but he can probably tell you.
Sadly, Spidey wasn't willing to receive any assistance.
What have you done, dude?
This is how you get help, bro. This is how you sober up.
If friends and paramedics couldn't pull Spidey out of his slump, then maybe his family could. On a trip to Australia later that month, Spidey's mother would pick him up from the airport in hopes of ending his homeless lifestyle.
Guys, my mum came and picked me up from the airport, and she also brought me an antioxidant pack as well, because I have been deprived of nutrients.
While being with his family restricted Spidey's substance use, it didn't stop him from partaking in his other addiction.
Guys, I'll be going live on YouTube. I'll be doing an all-night live stream.
It didn't take long before Spidey's obnoxiously loud TTS notifications attracted the rage of those around him.
Anonymous sent $3. Is your sister a registered citizen too?
Me now?
I'm working.
This is my house.
I'm working. This is my job.
Work outside.
The already tense situation would only get worse once Spidey was escorted outside.
This is very dehumanizing.
It's not dehumanizing. You are one.
Exactly. You're allowing your viewers to say disrespectful things.
We're your family. We're her, and you're filming us. Look at you. You're fucked up. You're fucked in the head, Turan.
Spidey's mother and sister would try to reason with him to stop the stream and return inside. However, their pleading fell on deaf ears.
You're allowing your viewers to say disrespectful things to us in our house, and we say no. We say no to that.
Seeing no other option, Spidey's family decided to kick him out, and it seemed Spidey couldn't fully register the huge mistake he had just made.
Guys, I'm getting kicked out of my house right now. My mom and my sister, look, what is she doing? Wow.
They're so pissed off. Look, they got like my stuff there. Look, they just like left all my stuff here.
Once again, Spidey was free to do as he pleased and proceeded to go on a substance binge in England.
Guys, I'm here in England. It's 5:30 a.m. Bosh. What the fuck, dude?
For the rest of 2023, Spidey would hop country to country causing chaos everywhere he went. During his trip to Japan, Spidey would frequently disrespect social norms, like entering a women's only train car.
You guys, did you know in Japan they have women-only carriages? It's like Saudi Arabia in here. I am the women inspector, checking there's only women on this carriage.
Entering a room in an airport meant for breastfeeding mothers.
Look, they got a room for people with autism. Let's go check it out, guys. This is my room right here. Hey, for people with autism right here. I think this is like the baby's room, guys. Whoops.
Not to mention aligning himself with one of the worst IRL streamers, Johnny Somali.
If you want another autism, she stole my phone clip. Or you can say he stole my phone again. Or, you know what I mean?
All of Spidey's misadventures in Japan would eventually get him arrested, and although he was released sometime later, it didn't stop him from doing the same thing in America. From defiling the beaches of Hawaii.
I'm not even gonna bother freaking wiping, dude. Wiping, bro.
To his widely controversial mobility scooter prank.
Oh, sorry, sir. I would like to apologize.
During his stay in Hawaii, Spidey would encounter a fellow creator by the name of Mr. G, who offered him a place to stay. In exchange, Mr. G requested control of Spidey's social media accounts, took 20% of his stream revenue, and asked him to wake up at 5 AM to help feed stray cats in the area, something that Spidey quickly got sick of.
I can wake up at 3 AM and I'm not in the mood, right? I'm not in the mood to do it, but get out of bed, right? Even though I slept like 7-8 hours, I walked around for ages yesterday. I go outside, you know, and then he's like really bossy. He's so bossy. He's like.
At some point, Spidey would cut ties with Mr. G, and while their time together wasn't all too pleasant, and Mr. G was accused of taking advantage of Spidey, at least he was finally sober. Unfortunately, Spidey's sobriety didn't last very long, as his hunger for substance and clout would soon push him over the edge. Spidey's next stop was somewhere he'd previously visited, but the only difference was that he was coming with a thirst for cheap substances and far looser moral standards. Being alone in Thailand gave Spidey the opportunity to fulfill whatever carnal pleasure he wanted, and moderation wasn't an option. From filming himself sampling the local foods to partaking in every substance he could get his hands on. To fuel these expensive activities, Spidey would frequently beg for donations on stream to quote, give to all the Thai community and quote, pay for companionship, unquote.
If you guys want to see tonight's live stream, guys, I'm trying to raise $100 US, and it's going to be a great stream, and it's all for Thailand, for the community.
That part about paying for companionship was a reference to a 45-year-old woman that Spidey was taking on a quote date, and then claimed she was his girlfriend. Viewers naturally assumed, like many others, she was taking advantage of Spidey's mental state to garner donations. Sadly, there was much more urgent problems for the community to worry about, as Spidey had taken his substance use to an all-time high, which manifested in his pupils being dilated or different sized and incoherent speech.
Promote, show legal, you know, good things about Thailand. And yeah, I got nothing to hide.
Spidey was in a severe downward spiral, and the worst part about it is that he hardly even noticed the danger, as he delusionally claimed he was a quote Thai man. It's safe to say that Spidey was letting his addiction to views and vices get the better of him, as he was almost never sober or offline, constantly intoxicated with several substances, terminally posting online, and surrounded by the wrong people was a recipe for disaster. And if Spidey couldn't pull himself out of it, then he may never recover. Fortunately for Spidey, he had one more opportunity to get help. The only issue was that he didn't want to take it. On the 1st of January 2024, after a particularly horrible substance binge, Spidey would have this interaction with the police while doing a live stream.
TikTok.
No.
TikTok. Tourist.
Yeah.
Tourist.
Okay, you.
See, 20 minutes now.
Pardon?
20 minutes now.
20 minutes?
They questioned Spidey about his mental state and substance use, to which he either brushed off or answered in a very strange accent. During the live stream, Spidey would dox himself by mentioning the name of the hotel he was staying at. Whether it was to evade police or cover his blunder, Spidey would later leave that area and head to a separate location to continue his substance usage.
Now we're just going to look for a nice place to smoke. This is like real jungle here, guys. Wow, I've really come to like the jungle. Even like Chiang Mai was not this jungly at the station.
Spidey would go missing for a few days, and it was only through the help of the community in conjunction with his mother that he was later found. Unbeknownst to both Spidey and his community, this would become his last update for a long while. He isn't in any police station, hashtag where is Spidey, going to contact immigration at some point today to find out if he's been deported. As you'd expect, users began discussion if he had either passed away due to substance abuse or was arrested. It would take the combined effort of r/TuranSpidey moderators, Spidey's mother who was now in Thailand, and several calls to nearby hospitals or police to track down Spidey's whereabouts. On the 25th of January, moderators announced that they had found him in a nearby hospital. Last update, we were calling the hospital. The hospital called us back and said yes, he's here. Hospital video called so that JG could speak to Spidey, just organizing things now in the background.
Hello everyone. Basically, I was locked up for about a week. I'm not going to go into too much detail at this point.
Spidey would later explain that he'd went to the police for help, as the substance had not just kept him awake for several days, but had also eaten away at his sanity. To prevent Spidey from doing any further damage to his body and reputation, his mother would take him to the airport and make their way to Australia. Upon their arrival, Spidey was immediately admitted to a mental institution so that he could have a chance at recovery.
My mum flew all the way from Australia to bail me out of hospital, and then she flew me and her back to Australia, and but I now owe my mum like $4,500 Australian dollars.
Despite being in a padded room, Spidey still had access to his second greatest vice, TikTok Live, and was determined to make the most of it.
So in this mental hospital, I'm only allowed my phone from like 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. So I'm gonna make the most out of it, guys. I'm gonna go live on my other account.
Whenever Spidey went live in the past, he always attempted something extreme to attract viewers and donations. But now that he was in a restricted environment, he didn't have the luxury of annoying passerbyers for clout. So he did the next best thing and annoyed staff members who were trying to help him.
Should I press it? Just for the memes. For the memes. Oh shit. 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 Fuck.
It seems like the gravity of what Spidey did hadn't dawned on him yet. He had wrongfully used a duress button, which was only meant for emergencies, lied that it was on accident, and was still filming it. The guards and other staff weren't having any of it and requested Spidey to hand over his phone, to which he refused.
I'm not here to fight. I'm not here to fight.
Well, it sounds to me like you're here to argue with us.
No.
We're your treatment givers. We're asking you for the phone because of damage to your reputation and damage of reputation to other patients on this ward.
Remember, Spidey had only been there for a couple days and was already causing serious trouble. From the 27th of January 2024, Spidey seemed to no longer have access to his phone, since his posts had drastically reduced. However, before Spidey had his phone taken away, he made a particularly concerning post with regards to his medication.
I'm refusing to take any kind of medication while I'm in here because I'm strong, and I told them how I'm in the Champions League. I'm a Champions League player.
Following a short break from uploading, Spidey resumed his live streams with a much calmer demeanor and was trying safer ways to keep himself entertained.
This reminds me of Broken Hill.
Spidey would also share what seemed to be his honest thoughts about his recovery, as well as stating he would be held for another month.
I'm being held for another month. Thank you, Robbo. Without trust, there can be no relationship. So people saying like, oh, don't trust. There can be no relationship without trust. You have to have trust, and then you can have the relationship.
Or indefinitely, since he was marked as an involuntary patient. This meant that Spidey was going to be on a very long road to recovery, and while he had the back of the community, his mother, and the staff at the institution, Spidey would once again self-sabotage his first sight of freedom. During his day off, Spidey would stream himself taking a certain substance. Now that he was again indulging in illicit substances, he could have just undone weeks of progress. After all, nitrous oxide can cause neurological damage in high doses. On top of all this, another individual named Snakey was trying to lure Spidey back to his old life of degeneracy.
Spidey, when are they lifting the cup and letting the spider free? And when... Because the snake slithered out of the bushes, bruh. Do you know? Okay, I'm gonna follow this. I think Spidey's a little preoccupied.
Thankfully, Spidey had already given his passport over to his mother.
Will you be alright for April so we can go to Thailand together on my Centrelink advance? On the taxpayers' money?
I've surrendered my passport to my mom.
You would think that spending over a month in a mental hospital would have changed Spidey just a little bit, but that wasn't the case. Spidey appeared to be making better choices, but that only happened when he was either in the institution or with his family. The moment Spidey stepped out of that building, he relapsed and continued as usual. Spidey has spent the last year and a half recording himself bouncing between countries while taking a cocktail of dangerous substances. It only makes sense that he would resist a more stable environment. Staff at the mental hospital already restrict Spidey's access to substances and social media, which is a good step forward, but whenever they loosen their grip, he goes right back to his vices. Then there's the matter of Spidey listening to the wrong people, like Snakey and Mr. G, who only want to benefit from his notoriety. Fortunately, some individuals still had Spidey's best interest at heart. It's rare for the community around a lolcow to go out of their way to ensure their safety, let alone actively try to make them a better person. For all his mistakes and inexcusable actions, Spidey is a very lucky individual. He got lucky in Thailand when the police checked up on him, and is lucky to have a family that still tried to help him. However, all the help in the world isn't going to do much if Spidey genuinely doesn't want to get better. All this leaves the community to wonder whether or not Spidey would ever choose to stay sober. Or maybe he'll slip back into his old ways. Only time will tell if Spidey will take his gold ticket to redemption or throw it all away for immediate gratification. Although even if Spidey does get his act together, he'll have to account for all those donations with the tax office. With all that being said, at least he isn't a TikTok creep addicted to wearing diapers. Click the video on screen to find out more. Thanks to Scentbird for sponsoring the video. You can head to the link in the description and use code Anarchist55 to get 55% off your first month, making it cost about $7. And don't forget to subscribe.